10 Premier League fixtures for us to take a look at across Saturday and Sunday. We've got some good games, we've got some bad games, we've got one lucky fan base. I'll tell you who they are in just a minute, but before I do, make sure you subscribe to Tartan Joe YouTube channel. Join in this opinionated Scotsman on the journey as I speak a load of nonsense and offend a few neutral fan bases. Anyway, remember when I said there was a lucky fan base? Of course you do. It was about 10 seconds ago, you haven't forgot already. It's Everton as they take on Newcastle in the Saturday lunchtime kickoff. Steve Bruce continues to lose games, continues to lose support from everyone except the mainstream media. But luckily for him, they were a little bit better midweek. They had quite a lot of shots. St. Maximum's back, getting a little bit fitter, could start for this one. However, I'm going to go for a home win here with Everton. They were looking good against Leicester until Jordan Pickford decided to, continue to be Jordan Pickford really. It wasn't something out of character, that howler. It was two howlers. The first one, he come for the cross. It was a very timid attempt at getting the ball, and then to save the shot. I mean, I never understood why keepers try and dive for that one. He could have stuck his foot out and stopped it. Dreadful error. But I'm going to go for a home win. I'm going to go for Everton 2, Newcastle 1. In case you're thinking, how does this geezer normally get on with these predictions? So. Started midweek pretty well. I was getting the predictions right. Bang, bang, bang. And then the second night come along and, we know what happened. Manchester United decided to get beat against Sheff Utd. That threw that prediction out the window. But anyway, it's not going to stop me. Everton, home win. Crystal Palace take on Wolves, and it looks a bit boring, doesn't it? It looks boring on paper. Wolves, I'm not a big fan of Crystal Palace, but Wolves are even more boring than them somehow. Just nil-nils everywhere, draws everywhere. They're just lacking so much in attack right now. I'm aware they're missing Jota, but it's not like they haven't spent the money to try and replace him. They're missing Jimenez. I'm aware of that, but they're still boring. Even if they had Raul in there, I still think they'd be a bit not great on the eye. Nuno needs something. He needs to spark this team somehow. They've now got their new striker, Willian Jose, who may start this one. Well, he's got to really. They need to try something different, Wolves. Up against Crystal Palace, who were fortunate to only concede 3 against my team, West Ham. They've got their new striker available as well, Mateta. So we might see the debut of 2 attackers in this one. But I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 1, Wolves 1. Then we've got Manchester City up against Sheff Utd. I was pleased for Sheff Utd during the week. They got the win against Man Utd. And the reason I was pleased for them is because they stuck by Chris Wilder. That's what I want to see, because the complete opposite's happening in the next game. But I want to see Wilder sort of I want to see Sheff Utd repaid for their faith in their manager, because I imagine the other 19 teams, if they were in Sheff Utd's shoes, I reckon 17 or 18 would have pulled the trigger, but Burnley is the one I'm thinking of, would have kept Sean Dyche. The rest of them might well have got rid of the manager by this point, so I want to see them rewarded for loyalty. We're lacking a little bit of it. Anyway, he's still got his sense of humour. Great press comments earlier as he was asked about Aguero and De Bruyne being missing, and he's sort of joking, saying, does that mean we're going to win then? We've got to go for the easy 3-0 win, haven't we? City are looking good. Cancelo's looking like the best fullback in the league at the minute as well. Gundogan's looking like one of the top centre midfielders in the league. They're just clicking. Man City are clicking. Since that 0-0 against Man United, they've sort of cranked it up. They've turned into the world-class side we know they can be. So I'm going to go City 3, Sheff Utd 0. And then West Brom, the team who did sack the manager way too early, I think, they're almost being punished for it. Sam Allardyce is struggling. He is struggling, and it is thoroughly enjoyable to watch. Well, I'm enjoying it anyway. His West Brom side take on Fulham, who, again, the performances are okay, but Scott Parker needs to start getting a few results. I still think they'll stay up. There's a few games now, they do okay, but they're not coming out with enough points. They're either getting a draw when they should be winning, so on and so forth. And I think this one they will get a draw. I'm going to go a win. I'm going to go West Brom 0, Fulham 1. They need some of their bigger players to turn up. Loftus-Cheek's got to step up for them, really. He's the one I'm talking about. When I watched him, he needs to start doing more. They put a big investment into him with money, but also time. Giving him time on the football pitch is what he needs. He needs to start repaying Fulham and Scott Parker. Arsenal then take on Manchester United. Not quite the fixture it once was, but Aubameyang, don't know if he'll be playing with these personal issues that he's got going on, but it's sort of like a revolution at Arsenal at the minute. The youth coming through, Smith Rowe, Saka, Kieran Tierney. The younger players are now starting to gel, looking really good. Rob Holding, I think, has been brilliant for them this season at centre back. Up against Man U, who were just really poor, but they missed a few players. I think Fred and Shaw should be back coming into the team. Cavani will probably start ahead of Martial, who wasn't great during the week. So I think, Man U's team will be better than what they were during the weekend. Sometimes a defeat can be good if you use it in the right way and you get a response from your side. It can be a good thing in the long term, despite how angry the fan base were during the week getting beat by Sheff Utd. But I'm going to go Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Then Southampton against Villa. The Saints, the injuries are catching up with them, missing both fullbacks this last week. They're just missing too many players right now. 1 or 2 are coming back. Bertrand's back. He was suspended for the last fixture. But they're just looking a little bit light and a little bit tired now, Southampton. I'm not surprised. They were playing the FA Cup last week, and the same players like Ward-Prowse and that were having to play 90 minutes again because there's just no time to rest them. Up against Villa, who I thought they were unlucky against Burnley. Took the lead twice and went on to lose the game 3-2. But they had the better chances. They played well, Villa, in defeat. So I'm going to say Southampton 1, Aston Villa 2. It'll be good. Morgan Sanson, of course, he's at the... He's just joined Aston Villa as well. I imagine he'll start on the bench for this one. But big signing for them. Be interested to see how he gets on in the Premier League. Then on Sunday, Chelsea take on Burnley. And, well, a bit of a bad start for the new gaffer, really. It was a bit boring. He's come in, he sort of changed the formation. I didn't know if it was a 3-5-2 or a 4-2-3-1. I wasn't really sure of what formation it was. At times it looked like it was sort of like wing backs. Chilwell was certainly playing like a wing back, but I didn't really think Azpilicueta was playing like a centre back. He was getting up the pitch quite a lot. So difficult to work out what they were doing, but certainly surprises in his lineup. Mason Mount being dropped. Werner wasn't in the starting 11. Hudson-Odoi was supposedly a wing back as well. So there's a few changes. I imagine he's going to change it up again because it didn't work against Wolves. They looked a bit stale. How can you look stale after your first game? We only had one training session with them. I expect we'll see a little bit of a better Chelsea. But I think Burnley will be a tough customer. This is possibly the worst team you could come up against, really. Someone that's going to be organised, sit in and say what you're going to do. I think they would have been better off playing a team that'll be a bit more expansive against them and leave them gaps to expose, so on and so forth. So I'm going to say Chelsea 1, Burnley 1, because they've been looking all right recently, Burnley, haven't they? They're beating Liverpool at Anfield, beating Aston Villa as well. They're picking up big points at the moment, this is what Sean Dyche does. He drags them away from the relegation zone. But they're looking like they're in a relegation battle, go on a bit of form. You look at the table again after 5 games, and suddenly Burnley are sort of mid-table. You're thinking, where have they come from? How have they got there? They're doing it. This is where they're picking up the points. Then Leicester City take on Leeds United. Leicester got a few injury doubts for this one. Indeed, Johnny Evans, not good news. But I think, while I think Burnley's bad for Chelsea, I think Leeds is good for Leicester City. I think it's a good team for them because Leeds will be expansive. Leeds will take the game to Leicester and try and win it. I think that'll play into Leicester City's hands a little bit. But saying that, I do think Leeds will get on the score sheet. A good win during the week against Newcastle, despite a few scares along the way. They're picking up points as well. While they started impressive, they've been a bit disappointing, Leeds, but they're doing enough now to sort of stay in the Premier League, stay clear of a relegation battle without really challenging for the top 8 or anything like that. It's looking like a comfortable season for Leeds United, but I think Leicester City will pick up the 3 points here. Then my team, West Ham, we take on Liverpool, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm really excited, actually. I think Liverpool playing Thursday, and then Sunday will play into our hands while we play Tuesday. Had a little bit of a rest. I watched them. They're impressive win against Tottenham on paper, but I've seen weaknesses. I think I've seen what Liverpool are weak at. I thought that would fit West Ham. Spurs didn't really try and get in behind Liverpool enough. When they did, it worked, and they just didn't do it enough because Kane went off at half time. Nat Williams and Henderson will probably be centre backs against Mikel Antonio. I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm going to go West Ham 2, Liverpool 1. And then we'll finish up with Brighton against Spurs. Brighton, they're doing alright, aren't they? They're doing okay. Spurs, they're not doing okay. I think Mourinho got his tactics massively wrong against Liverpool. Kane's an injury doubt for. I have no sympathy for the bloke, to be fair. He got injured doing that thing when he backs into players. I hate watching him do that. Opposition goes to head the ball and he backs into them and takes them out in mid-air, essentially. Tries to win a free kick. He got injured trying to do that. So it's sort of like, well, karma, really. So unlucky, Harry. But I'm going to say Brighton 1, Spurs 1. Anyway, there you go. There's my preview. I'll probably be lucky to get 5 results correct. And when I say 5 results, I don't mean that exact score. I mean just the win, draw, win thing. Be lucky to get 5. So don't be putting on any accumulators, that. But if you made it this far, congratulations. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the Tartan Geo YouTube channel. Got plenty of content coming up because of all the Premier League fixtures coming thick and fast. And I've got a few generic Premier League videos I'm looking to get stuck into. There'll be more and more content coming to this channel. Look forward to it. And I hope you do too. See you soon.